Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning back into Aaron Meets World. This week I'm going to talk about the Hot Toys A New Hope Luke Skywalker figure that I picked up a few weeks ago now. I'm in my car right now. My stepson has a friend staying over and they don't really want to leave me alone, so to get this video to you, I decided to retreat to the safety of my vehicle so that I can give you some clear audio without kids yelling in the background and asking for things. And by kids, I mean like 14 and 15-year-old teenagers. You know how helpless they are. Anyways, speaking about the Luke Skywalker figure, I picked it up like a week or so after I got back from Galaxy's Edge. I was still on kind of a Star Wars high, and I was like, if there's one older figure that I'd really like to pick up on the Star Wars side of things, it would be the A New Hope Luke Skywalker. So I tried eBay. Prices were a little bit higher than I would have liked, and then I tried a Facebook group, and I ended up having somebody offer it to me for, I think it was like $220 shipped. It was a few weeks ago now, so it may have been like $225 shipped. But anyways, it was pretty much the same price as release back when it first came out, so way cheaper than eBay. And I was really happy with it, and it was basically brand new. So I'll overlay some clips of my figure that I took, and you can see the quality is pretty on par with what you would expect from a Hot Toys figure. Personally, I don't feel like any of the Luke figures have really like spot on nailed Mark Hamill's likeness, and I'd say the same is true with this one. It gets really close, but there's something about it that's just slightly off. But at the same time, it is the absolute best A New Hope Luke Skywalker figure that I've seen out there and that probably exists. So if you're trying to fill that hole in your collection, this is the best one. I'm hoping they'll eventually do like an award ceremony Luke Skywalker from the very last scene of the movie eventually, so that there's another A New Hope version out there. And even though that outfit was only seen for like 20 seconds, I much prefer it to the simple farm boy outfit. But as far as what this figure is, it does it very well. The articulation is good. The likeness is pretty darn close. From some angles, it seems right on. From other angles, it's not quite there, but almost there. But then as far as the value of this figure goes, it actually comes with a lot more accessories than you would expect from most figures these days, because not only does it come with his lightsaber and then interchangeable arm with a light up lightsaber, there's his pistol that he used when fighting the Sand People towards the beginning of the movie, there's his binoculars, there's various other things, there's a poncho, there's a hat and goggles, which I guess is from a deleted scene, which I still haven't bothered to watch, but it gives you a completely different look. Not pictured in my video is the remote that he uses to practice with on the Millennium Falcon. That does come with it, as well as a clear plastic stand, and then also the helmet with the blast shield down that he can't see through from that scene as well, which I believe I did take a video of. So that's a lot of accessories when you consider that most figures these days maybe come with some extra hands and 2 to 3 accessories, especially at that low of a price. It's a very good value. And even if I would have had to have paid like $250 or even closer to more like $270, I'd still say it's a good value. So do I recommend this figure? Yeah, it's a great figure. It fills that hole in your Luke Skywalker lineup, and especially with them having multiple versions of Return of the Jedi Luke available to choose from, and with the new version of the Empire Strikes Back Luke coming, I think it just makes sense to have A New Hope to fill in that gap And for all I know, they'll end up doing an even newer version of that, and I kind of hope they do. They could improve on the likeness a little bit more, but maybe do a different version. They did already do the A New Hope Stormtrooper disguised version of Luke quite a while ago, so maybe they could do the award ceremony version, or I don't think there are any other A New Hope versions they could do, but they could also take some inspiration from the comics and do kind of an in-between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back version of Luke. It'd be nice to see some Mark Hamill inspired versions of him that aren't necessarily the official movie outfits, and maybe give some alternate versions. I'd really like to see that done with Leia, giving her kind of, again, the Marvel Comics inspired version of her, where she has kind of a white jumpsuit, but it isn't the Hoth Snow outfit, and it isn't also the simple gown. It'd be nice having some of those alternate versions. But anyways, I've covered pretty much everything I want to talk about when it comes to this figure. I think Hot Toys did a great job, and it doesn't seem like he's that hard to pick up, at least at the moment. There are quite a few choices in the $200 range on eBay, at least when I last checked, and it's probably still the same. So anyways, let me know if you have any questions about this. I do recommend the figure. It gets a thumbs up from me. I'm really happy it's in my collection, along with the A New Hope Leia, the Obi-Wan Kenobi I picked up a long time ago, and I'll probably try to get the Han Solo and Chewie eventually, but it's not at the top of my list at the moment. I do need to concentrate on some newer figures, and I do actually need to cut back a little bit, which I'll probably talk about at some point in an upcoming video, maybe my next one. Just some things that are changing a little bit in my life, and the format of my show might change a little bit to go along with it, but I mean, I'm still interested in all the same things, so nerd culture will always be a part of Aaron Meets World's presentation, because that's a part of me. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in.